Injuries and illness absolutely suck. And I have to say, for my week 9 and week 11 of marathon prep has been completely disastrous. Originally, I was actually trying to nurse a groin strain that I picked up not from running, but through me doing weights. I was on the hip abductor machine several weeks back, and it always happens to be, and it has to be the set that you're not supposed to do where you get injured. So normally when I go on a hip abductor machine, I showed this machine in week 2 of my marathon prep, just showing strength training that I do. And then I normally do 3 sets of 10, but then for some reason I went and did a 4th set. I just thought, oh yeah, let me just do a 4th set. And then all of a sudden I felt a slight twinge in my right groin. And at the time, didn't really think anything much of it at all. And you know, the thing is, when you've got adrenaline flowing through your system, what appears to be a minor injury is a lot worse than what you were anticipating. So the type of groin strain that I had now was the type of groin strain that didn't affect me while I was running, weirdly enough. Because what would happen, it kind of progressively got worse as the weeks went by. So if I sat down for a extremely long period of time, the moment I would get up, like my groin felt absolutely stiff. I would be hobbling, I couldn't put any weight on my right leg. So, but then the thing is, when I started to warm up the area, when I was doing my stretches and my warm up, I could go for a run and I wouldn't feel any pain in that groin area, which was really, really strange. But in week 10, I decided on the Monday, I was meant to do a recovery run. So I thought to myself, this injury could be severe, because especially like if my walking is being affected by this groin strain, then I don't want to make it any worse at all. So for week 10 on the Monday, I decided instead of doing a recovery run, I was just going to go on the elliptical for about 45 minutes. It felt good. And then Tuesday came and I thought to myself, let me just rest my groin, let me not do no running. So I just cancelled all my running on the Tuesday. Wednesday, I had work on Wednesday. So I decided, obviously, just have a complete rest day. And then on Thursday, I did a recovery run, and then I did an interval run later on that day. Felt completely fine. But then on Saturday, I felt like crap when I woke up in the morning. Just had a headache. I felt like I had a bit of a temperature as well. But going against what I was feeling, I just thought, okay, let me just go for a recovery run, because after a run, I'm going to feel so much better after the run. And it's the worst mistake that I did. I went out for the run and then I got back home, had a bath, and I felt like absolute crap for about 5 days. My body told me, nah, you're going on timeout. You need to just rest your body. Because what happened that week on the Wednesday when I had to work, I slept an hour and a half and I started work at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. So my body from then was playing catch up. And it just got to the point where my body was completely run down. I had some sort of a cold flu virus, and it just took me out of commission completely. And I felt it was a blessing in disguise, because on top of obviously having that slight groin strain, I think I needed to be ill and do absolutely nothing for about 5 days. So we get into obviously week 11 of a marathon prep training, did absolutely nothing at all. And I just had to just be laid up in bed, drank a whole load of water, And usually when I get cold flu virus, I lose a lot of weight. So I lost about 9 pounds in weight, just over 3 kg in weight. And but the thing is now, the blessing was, even though I was quite frustrated, I knew that my body needed to rest. It needed to recuperate. And a lot of times, in order to rebuild, you need to destroy. So whatever virus was in my system had to come out of my system. And on Thursday, I felt so much better. Friday, I managed to go into work. I was booked for a job on Friday. And then Saturday, did a recovery run, 30 minutes. No, was that 30 minutes? Actually, no, 45 minutes. Did a recovery run. And then on Sunday, I managed to do an hour and a half for my long run. So all in all, couldn't stick to the plan, but sometimes it's just really important to listen to your body. And my groin feels a lot better as well. I've had to do a lot of rehab on my groin, and it's been obviously frustrating now, but it's just so important to listen to your body, because when you ignore injuries, when you ignore illnesses, what happens is that you're going to be put out of commission a lot longer than what you want. So it's better sometimes to lose, let's say, a week of training by recovering than to kind of force yourself to, push through those injuries and then end up being out for, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months due to injury because you're not listening to the symptoms. So yeah, that's all I've got to say really on weeks 10 and 11. And I feel so much better, but the groin injury, I'm just going to continue to obviously monitor that. I did my long run on Sunday for week 11 and didn't feel any effects at all, felt completely fine, but just the groin injury, I'm just going to continue to monitor it, because when I'm not running, I do feel a slight twinge. So I'm just going to continue to rehab it. So nothing really exciting at all. That's just weeks 11 and 10. So thank you once again for joining me. In spite of the ups and downs that life may bring your way, we've just got to remain consistent, keep the momentum going, and especially when you miss sessions for your marathon prep, you just have to, if you missed a session, you missed a session, you can't get that session back. I can't try and get back those sessions and try and squeeze it, get those sessions back and do them again, like in a week's time, just, try and squeeze everything in. No, if you missed a session, you missed a session. You just continue to move on with the program and just keep it moving. So anyway, that's an update, and thank you for joining me for another marathon prep. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for joining me for the journey, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.